Welcome back to Game 2 of our triple header. Jesse O, Alvin Delvey bringing you FBA basketball. This one features two of the best teams in the FBA, and the reigning champions of the FBA, the Florida Flight, are taking on the Winter Park Storm. And Alvin, I want to bring you in here. Obviously, the Florida Flight are a tough task with Brandon Moss. Last game, he had 40 points, 18 rebounds, and 6 blocks against the Pride to put the Pride down 0-3 on the season. And the Florida Flight, on the converse side, are 2-0 coming into this game today. And the Winter Park Storm have dropped their last 2 games. They lost the last one to Brevard, who we just saw in the first game, 117-91. How does Brevard weather the storm that the Flight bring in?
So Winter Park, they just have to figure out a way to get their guys going early. They need Patson Siame to have a huge night. He needs to get his average at around 20 points, and he needs to get a lot of rebounds as well. And it's going to be hard because they have to get Dom Douglas involved. Everyone who's a playmaker for Winter Park has to make a play because they are missing Braylon Pickens, which is a huge loss. He's a three-point shooter. He's a spark for them. However, on the Flight, they have all their guys. They have Brandon Moss. They have Elliot Glegg. They have everyone who makes plays for them. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Storm weathers the actual storm that's going to be Elliot Glegg and Brandon Moss.
So the Flight actually do not have Grant Gullett, who is probably one of their second best players, and he's one of their dynamic guys down low that just is more of their unsung hero.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see. He's out with back spasms, but he's getting back to full health. He was like 80% this week, and Coach King didn't want to completely put him in today and just see how things go and how he progresses in his rehabilitation. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out for him. But the Winter Park Storm need to get back in this win column. They're now 2-3 on the season, so a sub-500 record for their first time this season. Winter Park obviously going to rely on a lot on Patson Siame, but how good is Dominic Douglas for this Winter Park team as well?
Dom Douglas just does it all offensively. When the shot clock goes down, they know they can just pass it to Dom, and he's going to get a bucket. He's a playmaker. He looks for his guys. He cuts the basket, and he shoots the three as well, and he also hustles on defense. So he's the all-around superstar for the Winter Park Storm, and it's going to be imperative that he has a huge game tonight because they're going to need him.
For the Florida Flight, who is your sort of looking to be the breakout player of the game if you had to choose?
Definitely got to say Terrell Alfred, because when he's hot, the team is hot. He can shoot. He can shoot the ball. He can shoot the ball well, and he does what needs to be done. He makes those plays that, you know, he has a great vision. So if he could have a great game, it's going to be huge for the Flight.
Let's go down to the floor for our starting lineups here in the ball game. For the Winter Park Storm, Ray Pittman gets his first start of the season. So Coach Barry Mestel maybe pulling some tricks out of his bag to start this one off. He's joined by Devin Jackson. As always, Patson Siame will round things out down low. And look at this, Johnny Germain also getting his first start alongside Dominic Douglas, who is the leading scorer for this Winter Park team as usual. For the Florida Flight, Travella Dickerson and Elliot Glegg are going to sort of run things up top. And you have Terrell Alfred in the ballgame alongside Caleb Winfrey and, of course, Brandon Moss. Here's Alfred going left side, coming to a halt. Dickerson into the restricted zone over Siame and immediately fouled. And Siame instantly in a little bit of pain here.
That's a great job by Dickerson, understanding where he is lethal on this offense. He's a quick guard, got a quick into his move, took it to the rack. A quick guard out of Albany College, the Great Dane, getting his first attempts at the free throw line. Hopefully he can break this game open.
So here's Dickerson from the line, and he gets his first start this season, averaging 2 points per game. So Coach King sort of changing things up for his team as well. So Barry Mestel and Coach King sort of tailoring their offenses to both of these teams. And now a 1-0 ball game as Travell Dickerson splits the free throws. Jackson over to the right side. Pittman with his first start. A bullet to Johnny Germain in the restricted zone. Loses control of the ball. Goes up strong and draws the foul.
This matchup with Devin Jackson and Elliot Glegg is going to be fun to watch. They are very similar players, and they know how to get their offenses involved. Let's see how that turns out.
Winfrey starts the game from the field with a three. Caleb Winfrey out of Johnson University, averaging 11 points per game, and the Flight are up, excuse me, by 4. A big rebound there by Pittman. And Moss pulls down his first rebound of the ball game. Moss going right side, a bullet over to the right, and Dominic Douglas sliding and batting that one out of bounds.
These two teams are feeling each other out so far, and this is going to be a game. Two teams cut from the same cloth. Let's see who pulls it out.
Winfrey up top running the point against Patson Siame, and Siame is a former player of the week alongside Brandon Moss as well. Winfrey's hot, drilling the long 2 up top. His team is on a 6-0 run to start the game.
My, oh my, Winfrey snatching up ankles and banging it home. Great job to get them a 6-point lead.
Terrell Alfred, the pass ahead to Elliot Glegg. Elliot Glegg and Brandon Moss couldn't throw that one down. They wanted the alley-oop. That would have been kind of fun to watch, and Moss is sort of kicking himself on that one. He knew he had a lost opportunity on maybe an ESPN highlight play.
This is going to be so fun. They're finding their guys early. Every fast break opportunity, you're going to see that ball lobbed up, and we're going to have more opportunities to see Moss bang one home.
Patson Siame going in strong on Caleb Winfrey. You saw the height mismatch there. And the player from Zambia with his first 2 points in the game.
Great job by Patson Siame, taking advantage of the height discrepancy and just being ferocious on that block, getting them their first points.
Winfrey up with the right hand, just a little bit strong, and Siame pulls down the rebound. Devin Jackson running the floor. And blocked down low by Terrell Alfred. So he saw Brandon Moss coming and decided to go the other way, and Terrell Alfred was right there. Dickerson, full speed, down low, and Siame a block himself.
Big boy block by Pat Siame, protecting that rim. He's telling Dickerson, if you throw it up, you better throw it high, because if not, it's going out of bounds. Great block by Patson Siame.
The inbound off of Dominic Douglas. So Douglas is easily the best scorer on Winter Park. 30.4 points per game. This guy does it all, averaging around 7 rebounds per game and throws in a few assists as well. Caleb Winfrey, who's hot, misses that one. Trevell Dickerson tries one left side, and Douglas the rebound. Here comes Douglas going the other direction. We'll slow things down up top. And Siame against Caleb Winfrey in a charge.
That's a good job by Winfrey, just letting it hang on that play, taking the contact, being stout on that block, and drawing the offensive charge.
So Moss, a few whispers to Caleb Winfrey, who will bring the ball up the floor. Winfrey, guarded by Siame. He goes up with his right hand. Can't get that one to fall, and Siame the rebound. The big man pushing forward. Douglas now. And back up to Jackson, who's their more traditional point guard. Siame seeing the height disadvantage that Caleb Winfrey has, and he goes right at him and draws the foul. That's a 6-2 game.
Very interesting by these two coaches. Having Winfrey guard Pat Siame and have Pat Siame guard Winfrey. That's 2 times in a row we see Pat Siame extended to the perimeter, guarding a quick wing like Winfrey. And on the block, we see Pat Siame in his element where Winfrey's guarding him. So that's going to be interesting to see if it's going to stay like that as Pat knocks down his first free throw. He's shooting around 68% from the free throw line, and that's pretty good respectfully.
Under 9 minutes left to play in the first. Siame's second free throw is off right. And Jermaine the rebound. Jermaine the bounce into Siame, and Siame has that one stolen away. Brandon Moss on a fast break. The 2-time player of the week lays it in.
Great job, just understanding the height advantage and just taking it to them. The teeth of the defense, finger rolls, drops it in. Great job by Brandon Moss.
Devin Jackson up top. This 2-3 zone defense we're seeing here by the Flight has been effective so far. Pittman knocks it away. Siame pulls it down, and Devin Jackson, oh, he tried to throw it over to Douglas, and it just went right off of his hands out of bounds.
And this is going to be interesting because Dom Douglas has been relatively quiet so far in this game, trying to focus more on defense and get the other guys involved. And when he turns it on, man, it could pour down. Interesting to see when he's going to flip that switch.
So here's Elliot Glegg running the traditional point, and he likes that shot up top. Elliot Glegg doing it when he needs to.
Beautiful shot. Nice little hesitation. Rose up and knocked it down. Elliot Glegg doing what he does best.
Winfrey playing some hard defense on Siame. Siame taking a three off. Pittman can't get the second chance to go, and Travell Dickerson passes ahead to Glegg. Glegg running forward, left side three, just strong, and Brandon Moss tries to bail him out. Moss and Dickerson fighting for the rebound, and Siame now coming over towards us. And I think I saw my life flash before my eyes. I thought Siame was going to Superman it into my face.
That would have been crazy, and Jerry was not there to protect us, because if Jerry was here, you know he would have stopped him with one hand. Jerry's just that strong. Great
Pittman,
hustle.
right side. Douglas lining up a three, and Moss the rebound. Glegg off back iron on the three, and Devin Jackson the rebound. Jackson to Douglas, and Douglas sort of off the mark today.
Right, there's a lid on the basket for the Storm, and that's going to be huge coming down the stretch. They have to find a way to get it off.
Alfred can't convert on the three. A 7-point game. This is very uncharacteristic. Both teams very low scoring right now. 7 minutes left to play in the first quarter. And I think Douglas heard me say that. Honestly, Alvin, every time we say something like that, we just end up jinxing ourselves.
We jinx ourselves, good or bad. Dom Douglas sneaking his way into the corner and banging home the trifecta. Great job by Dom Douglas, making an impact on this game early.
Glegg left side. Winfrey on the bullet, catch and shoot. Winfrey saving it, but it's to the Storm. A 4-point game. Patson Siame has that one tipped around by Glegg. Great defense there by the guard. Johnny Germain going in strong down low.
Great job picking up the loose chains and taking it strong to the rack. Germain getting it done on that possession.
A 10-8 ball game. Ball taken out of the hands of Caleb Winfrey by Germain. Here's Jackson, far side, guarded by Glegg. Pulls up right there. And Alfred gets the rebound. Here's Moss on the other side. Moss spinning in, has to go against Siame, and he is fouled on the floor.
Nice spin move on that one. And Moss likes to attack the basket at his size. That is a huge advantage, getting him with a full head of steam, as you saw in that last play. You have to foul him early.
So a timeout taken on the floor. It's a 10-8 ball game. 2-point difference with under 6 minutes left to play in the first. Under 6 minutes left to play here in the first. A 10-8 ball game. Moss stepping back, quick pass left side. Dickerson pump fakes on Pittman. Now here's Glegg dribbling in on Jackson. Gets a screen from Moss. Right side three is an air ball. And some life here from the Winter Park Storm.
That was a great defensive possession by the Storm, forcing a tough shot by Elliot Glegg, who's a prolific three-point shooter.
Jackson hits the three left side.
That's the way to get involved offensively by Devin Jackson, coming out of UCF, a former Knight, averaging 11 points a game and shooting about 33% from the three. Knocked down that trifecta in the corner.
Moss off the mark on that one. Here comes Pittman other way. 11-10 ball game. And Patson Siame falling down to the ground. Alfred pump fakes. Down low to Moss, who throws it with his right hand.
He elevates so easily. He got into the lane, great off-ball motion, nice cut, and he was able to get a dime drop right on his lap and elevated, slammed it home, giving them the 1-point advantage early in this game.
Jackson right side to Douglas. Douglas bounces it right. And Moss catches a body on the ground, throws it left. Winfrey lining it up. No good, and Moss spinning down low, going up strong and fouled.
Great job being tenacious on that block, missing that first attempt, going back, grabbing it, and spinning and getting it right back up strong. Ref saw that contact, and now he's going to have himself a couple attempts from the free throw line. Hopefully he can knock him down.
He misses the first one. Moss shooting 62% from the free throw line so far this season.
And fun fact, he averages 16.5 assists. He is a dime dropper as he knocks down his second attempt. He looks for his guys. He has eyes on the back of his head, and he finds his guys in his spot.
Moss has got 5. Siame up top, double team, throws it left to Anthony. Jackson thought he had Siame cutting towards the basket, and Siame was completely turned around.
That's a really good look by Jackson. Pat Siame wasn't expecting it, though. Ended up in a turnover.
Moy Sambo into the game for Travell Dickerson, who will have a seat. Here's Winfrey up top. Moss left side, guarded by Pittman. Now gives it back to Glegg. Glegg, a sharpshooter from the mid-range. And the big rebound on the other side by Forbes Jr. Off of the flight. Devin Jackson, left side. Pittman. Back over to the right to Forbes, and Forbes gives it to Douglas. Douglas is fouled.
And that is what we saw in the Storm's last time out. Douglas has been utilizing that free throw extended jump shot just religiously. He's pretty solid from that area, really getting the looks he wants. And right there, we saw him get up there, elevate in traffic, get hacked on that one, and now he has an attempt to shoot from the free throw line. And from that same line, he's averaging about 71%. Let's see if he could go ahead and knock both of these down to boost that mark up.
First free throw is up and no good. 13-11 ball game. The Flight are up by 2.
This is very uncharacteristic for these two ball clubs. The Flight average about 122 points as Dom Douglas knocks down his second of 2, splitting those free throw attempts. And Winter Park typically brings in 106. This is very low scoring for both of them, just feeling each other out.
Moss fouled on the floor. So still a 1-point game, 12 points for the Winter Park Storm and 13 for the Florida Flight. Moisambo. Terrell Alfred in traffic and might have gotten a hand on that one because it was an air ball. Devin Jackson other side, and they take the lead.
Great job by Jackson, streaking on that one. Looking for the contact, but not expecting it and relying on it because he was able to finish through when he didn't get it and finish with the left. Nice job.
Glegg, pump fakes up top, guarded by Pittman. Out beyond the arc, gets a screen from Ambo, now rolls left. Glegg, turnaround jumper. And Moss getting the rebound and going up strong. How about Moss bailing you out down low? It's got to help.
Of course. Elliot Glegg took a good shot, but it rolled out. And who better else to corral that rebound than your main man, Brandon Moss. Fights for it, gets another opportunity, finishes at home. Great job by the Flight.
Douglas, fadeaway jumper. And Moss the rebound. Glegg up ahead, down low. Ambo cutting towards the basket, left side, no good. Jackson, Forbes, right side, Douglas, no.
Right now, neither team can really get real control on this game so far. On the one side, Winter Park, they're getting the looks they want. Dom Douglas is seeing some things, and Jackson is doing what he needs to do. However, they're not able to actually convey that and convert that into buckets. And right now we have Dante Hardnett coming in out of high school, Cleveland Heights High School, and he's a spark for them. He makes those key plays that ignites their offense. Let's see if he could do that again early in this game.
Alfred, the bounce pass to Moss, and Moss elevating to throw it down.
Oh my, he gets his head at the rim, and he jumped from outside the restricted area. Great job finishing it home by Brandon Moss.
Flight by 3. Pittman down low. And a jump ball.
It's a great defensive possession, fighting hard in the interior by the Flight, and now they're going to have themselves a jump ball opportunity, and this might be what's needed to spark a run for them to get a real control on this game. They got a 3-point advantage. Let's see if they can utilize this.
Anthony against Ambo. He wins it. Douglas. A nice try on the second chance there by Forbes Jr. Ball's tipped around, and Elliot Glegg recovers. Glegg, right side. Alfred pump fakes a few feet in. Tries to use the glass and tries to grab his own rebound now. And off the hands of the Storm.
It's a great fight by Alfred. Trying to understand what's going on, be patient, get into the heart of the defense, throw it up, misses it, fights for the board. Now they got another opportunity.
Moss trying to create some room. Down low, makes the basket. Moss with 11. 19-14 is the score.
Bouncing off contact. Brandon Moss thrives in the post. Great job by slashing and getting another bucket to fall.
40 seconds left to go in the first. Forbes to Anthony, and Anthony taking a 3. That one bounces through. It looked like Kawhi Leonard's shot.
That was a very strange bounce, bouncing off the side, but it rolled in. Shooter's touch. It takes a lot of skill to get lucky. Great shot.
Here's Forbes with 20 left to go. Elliot Glegg steals that one away. Great job by Glegg. Glegg, left side. Moss for 3. Off the mark. Anthony grabs the rebound and has that one tipped away, but luckily it gets right to Douglas. Right place, right time. Douglas going full speed and fouled.
And I really like Douglas's approach so far. He's searching for a shot, However, he's not living and dying by the shot. Right there, you see him get aggressive and get back to the line to see a couple fall down from the stripe. And usually when you're a prolific scorer such as Douglas, you see a couple go down, and that transforms your game because your confidence is there. You get that touch, you get the flick of your wrist, you feel the ball a little bit, and you gain that confidence, and then you start seeing those 3 balls fall down as well.
Douglas hits the first one. He has a chance to tie this game up going into the end of the first period. Now round 2 for Douglas. Yes, sir.
That's what you need once you're a shooter.
The inbound stolen away by Douglas, and he doesn't get that one off in time to end the first quarter. This is a good one. We are all tied up in game 2 of our triple header, excuse me. Stick with us. We'll be right back in just a sec. We're now in the second quarter of action. Alvin, what'd you like in that first?
So in that first, I liked how they were getting in their packages, but, you know, the only thing I didn't like was that there was a pretty solid lid on that basket, but it was also because of the stout defense that both teams are playing, and that's what you love to see. Right now you have Cam Jackson getting checked in for Winter Park, and he is a prolific three-point shooter as well, so it's going to be nice to see them try to put some more offense in and turn this game into a shootout like it's slated to be.
Forbes
it's not,
hits a 3.
It's not Jackson, it's Forbes right there. Forbes Jr. coming out of Seminole State College, former Raiders, really getting his first bucket this season with a bomb from 3. Great job by Forbes.
Blake, pass left side, Alfred, off-ball foul. And it's on an illegal screen.
And Bill trying to set him a sturdy, but moved his feet a little too much, resulting in a turnover. Winners Park has some momentum. You see their bench loving it. Barry is giving them some instruction. Dom Douglas is taking it. Let's see what they do with it.
Hardnett Jr. left side, and Alfred the rebound. So Cam Jackson, Douglas, Anthony, Forbes, and Hardnett Jr. in the game for the Winter Park Storm. Terrell Alfred down low, and Brandon Moss the rebound. Brandon Moss trying for the second chance. Blocked a third time, and another one. And they gave him some trouble down low.
It's a great possession by the Storm down low in the post.
Douglas swinging it right to Cam Jackson, and he can't get that one to fall. That one's off the hands of Terrell Alfred before it goes out of bounds. So it's Alfred, Cleveland, Ambo, Moss, and Glagan for the Flight in their blue jerseys with the white letters and the gray trim, and the Winter Park Storm in their white jerseys with the orange letters and black trim. Hardnett hits the three.
Good closeout, but that does not matter. Hardnett coming in from high school, banging home a trifecta. Great job by Hardnett. They're starting to blow this game open by going on a nice little run here.
Moss down low, going up strong. It's hard to stop him when he gets like that. Don't get him angry. The Flight trail by 4. 10 minutes and 15 seconds left to play in the second. Hardnett to Forbes, who pump fakes down low, dribbles in on Ambo. Turnaround jumper as he hits the deck, and Moss the rebound. So here comes Brandon Moss. Alfred now. Down low, blocked, and a combination of Storm players down low have just been giving the Flight a hard time.
One thing about this Winter Park defense, if you let them get set in their defense, they are a very aggressive team. They know how to stop interior threats, and they've done so on the last few possessions. However, when you get them in transition, that's when you could pick them apart. That's going to be the tail of the tape. Can the Flight get them in transitions where they're a little bit weaker?
Douglas, good on the corner three, and Coach King is going to have to call a timeout. Douglas with 9 points, a 28-21 ball game with 9:30 left to go in the second.
Holy cow, it's Nova Rex, the 80s legends.
I want the keto.
I want the double Diablo.
Cheddar bacon.
I'll take a double cheeseburger with extra cheese.
To go!
Here you go, boy. Hey guys, I play a little guitar myself. How about me joining the band? Show us what you got, man. What's up, dudes? What do you think?
Yeah, man, it's pretty good, but you need more hair.
But the Mooyah burgers were great. Mooyah burgers rock!
.930 left to play, 28-21 the score. Dominic Douglas hit a big three.
And you're seeing the Winter Park Storm figure it out. They're starting to click. Their playmakers are starting to make plays. Dom Douglas sinking in that corner, knocking it down. That might be his sweet spot for this game. That's where he knocked down his other three earlier in this game. How would the Flight react? This game is not out of reach. This is a very tight-knitted game.
Clegg misses the three, and a foul for Cam Jackson as he comes down with the ball. Shane Prunty in the game now, wearing number 34 for the Florida Flight.
Shane's actually shooting 50% from the three, so look for him to let it loose when he gets it on the perimeter.
Moss the steal, going the other direction. Moss down low, and Moss slamming it home.
Man, look at that. In transition, he looks off the three-pointer, gets the defense to shift just a little bit, and he rises over top and bangs it home. Brandon Moss doing what he does. Great play.
Cam Jackson, a little lefty floater.
Cam Jackson letting them know that if you leave that interior open, he's going to come right in and throw up a chocolate float. Great job by Cam, taking exactly what the defense gave him and knocking it home.
Blake throws it right side to Winfrey. Winfrey beyond the arc, going left into the lane, trying to use the backboard, and Glegg fighting for the rebound, gives it up top to Moss. Moss to Glegg. Glegg left wing three, and he left it short on the left. 8 minutes left to play in the second. Forbes pump fakes on Dickerson. Anthony hits the three on the left. The Winter Park Storm coming alive, shooting 32% from beyond the arc this season.
And that is what Winter Park does. They are a strong three-point shooting team, and right now their playmakers are shooting those threes. Great shot by Anthony, knocking home the trifecta.
Brandon Moss hits it over Anthony, and Brandon Moss can get big at any time. Moss now already with 18 points with 7.5 minutes left to go in the second.
Brandon Moss is a true superstar for the Florida Flight. He does it all. He can slash, he can pass, and he could definitely shoot the tray ball. Great job by knocking down that three and letting them know, hey, you're not the only team that can shoot. And just wait till Elliot Glegg gets hot and Winfrey gets hot. This is going to be a great game.
Moss shifting, going left, and loses handle of the basketball as he got hit in the head, but a foul on the floor. (33-26). This is a good game so far.
We're seeing some tensions rise. This is exactly what you want on a Sunday afternoon. The sun is shining, and it is a great game. We're inside a gym.
The sun is shining, and we're inside. Hardnett, right side. Pittman. No, sir. Moss the rebound. Moss going right, now left, and now down low, and lays it in. Brandon Moss getting back in transition. He's got quite a few transition points today, and he's now got 20. He knocks that one away. Clear the air, 360, throw down that sack of potatoes.
Great job by Brandon Moss, knowing he's jogging back, comes back with a steal, turns that into a fast break opportunity, bangs it home. Great job by Moss.
And Shane Prunty doing a good job getting back there, and a little more life now from the Florida Flight on the back of Brandon Moss. Who else?
Definitely, because he brings something to the table. He brings a little flair to the game, and that's what you love to see. It's easy to rally behind that. They're only down 3. Winter Park Storm punched, and Florida Flight is punching back. This is a great game. This is exactly what we expected from these two powerhouses.
We had to put the common foul, the push foul on 12 on the inbounds, and we had a technical foul to follow it.
So a technical foul on the Winter Park Storm. First free throw by Shane Prunty is up and good. He's kind of old trusty from the free throw line. I love that.
Definitely. Shane, he knows how to shoot a shot. Great job knocking it home, and they get the ball back, and there's only a one-possession game early in this second quarter.
33-31. Shane the inbounds to Winfrey. Caleb up top going right. Travell Dickerson. No, sir. And Cam Jackson the rebound. So here comes Jackson on the near side. He'll throw it left. Pittman looking down the lane. And he'll shoot it over Moss, and that one just bounces off to the left. Still a 2-point game.
Good patience on that by Pittman. And he got the look he wanted in the teeth of the defense, just wasn't able to get the shooter's roll to get it home.
Moss tried a 3 over Anthony and couldn't get it to fall. Moss 1 for 4 from beyond the arc. Cam Jackson brings home the 3.
That's what he brings to the table. The former UNLV Rebel knocks down the trifecta, and that is why he's in the game. He brings a spark to this Winter Park offense. Great shot by Cam Jackson.
Terry Cleveland, pump fakes left, now goes right. Takes a step into the lane, puts it up, no good. Cam Jackson, other side, from right up top. And a three-point shooting show we're seeing from the Winter Park Storm. And Coach King is going to have to call another timeout. Big threes hit by Cam Jackson. A 39-31 ball game with 5:16 left to go in the second.
Hey, what is up, everyone? My name is Susie, and I'm a full-time partner streamer on Twitch.tv. I've made it my mission to help gamers win in every area of life. So whether it's helping you win in gaming by teaching the latest tips and tricks on whatever games you might be playing, helping you win in fitness through my daily fitness streams, or even just helping you win in your week, we're building genuine community, and we've got a place just for you. So I want to encourage you right now to follow me over at Twitch.tv/SusieLive. I stream Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see some of you soon.
Winter Park Storm saw themselves have a great 6-point turnaround by Cam Jackson. He knocked down 2 threes and with barely any time off the shot clock. Let's see if the Flight can come out of this timeout with some vengeance.
Alfred left side, beyond the arc, having some trouble, dancing around. Winfrey over on the right. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Winfrey, fadeaway jumper. It's good. Caleb Winfrey with 7.
Beautiful, beautiful take by Winfrey, elevating, hanging in the air, and knocking down the jump shot.
Cam Jackson is feeling himself from beyond the arc. That's his 3rd 3 of the ball game, and he's now got 12 points.
He is on fire. 3 threes back to back to back. Give him the ball and get out of the way. Cam Jackson with 9 points.
Terrell Alfred off front iron. A 9-point deficit for the Flight here. And the Storm are kind of on a run. Hardnet, right side. Jackson penetrating. Jackson fouled.
Great job by Jackson. Understanding that when you're hot like that, they're going to have hard guys closing out, and that's exactly what the Flight did. Closed out very aggressively. He was able to get into the lane, elevate, and get to the line, and let's see if he can knock down these free throws. He's shooting about 75% from the free throw line. Let's see what he does with these.
Jackson misses off the back. It's a lucky break for the Flight.
Very lucky. That's his first miss of the game so far. I guess maybe you just had to get him behind that real stripe and let those things fly. Hopefully he'll knock down this one.
Jackson's second one goes in. So Jackson now with 13 points. He is the leading scorer in the ballgame for the Winter Park Storm. Brandon Moss with 22 already for the Flight. Winfrey with the reverse, can't get that one to fall. And Pittman will run it on the far side.
On that last possession, we love to see Winfrey get more of an offensive role in this game. He's been very aggressive. That one didn't fall, but you love to see it.
Jackson to Siame, out to Pittman. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Hardnet, the turnaround jumper, brought down by Moss.
Just tips it to himself. He has so much time in the air.
Moss in transition is fouled. I think Moss always understands that if he's got the defense in transition, they're either going to have to foul him or it's an easy dunk every time.
Brandon Moss, that's his game. He's a pure slasher, but he can also shoot and distribute the ball as well. More like a playmaking slasher. So on that one, when he sees the defense transition, if he sees the defender's backs, he just licks his chops. He knows it's barbecue chicken, and that's what we just saw in that last one, and we're going to see all game.
Lansdale Lewis in the game for the first time. Alfred can't convert that one down low. Pittman, right side, throws into the right corner. Dylan Klinger, and Winfrey the rebound. That one's knocked around. Klinger recovers. Pittman up top to Jackson, and Jackson tried to lay it in. And on the rebound, Lewis stepped out of bounds.
That's a good job by Storm, stealing a possession right there. Weren't able to finish it, but now they get another opportunity. Let's see what they do with it. They got themselves a nice 10-point cushion, but we know in the FBA that doesn't mean a thing.
Pittman fouled down below.
And Pittman coming in, he's averaging about 2 points per game, and he's shooting about 50% from the free throw line. Typically, he splits those. Let's see if he can knock both of those home today. Everyone's been hot for Winter Park. Let's see if that rubbed off on him.
First one by Pittman is up and good.
That shooting display by Cam Jackson inspired Pittman, and now he knocked down the first of two.
Pittman makes it a 12-point game with his first 2 points.
He's rocking the retro Allen Iversons. You love to see that. He's a classy guy right there.
Leg on the right side, screen from Lewis. Throws it right. Alfred, right wing three. He's missed all of those today. Leg, right side. Winfrey saves that one from going out, but gives it right over to the Storm. The Storm now in transition. Anthony up top, all by himself. One's tipped out of bounds by Alfred.
Great job by getting a hand up for Alfred. If he doesn't get that ball, Pittman is sitting in the corner, the sweet spot. He's probably going to bang home that trade ball. Good job by Alfred keeping his hands up and staying active on defense.
Jackson in the left corner. Moss. And now Winfrey down low. Nice job, slice and dice in the lane by Caleb Winfrey. He's got 9.
He's definitely carved himself a nice role on this offense, doing a great job of taking it hard to the cup and being very aggressive in this first half, and he's been doing so well for the fight.
Anthony, the big man. Oh, that one just rims out. And Lewis, the rebound. Moss, other side. Glegg, beyond the arc. Few dribbles in. Floater over Siame. And a foul over the back by Brandon Moss.
That's a good box out by the Storm, forcing Brandon Moss to go over his back, and they were able to call that one. Now we got Harden, Jermaine coming in for.
Yeah, looks just like Harden.
You caught that one.
Harden hurt his hamstring the other day.
He did. First
Yikes.
quarter, and Jermaine has lasted longer than his doppelganger has. He's been having a great game so far. So I might have mistaken that a couple of times, because with a quick glance of the eye, you can't tell the difference.
Yep. Pittman up top. Klinger on Winfrey.
Great defense on that by Winfrey.
Jermaine throws it away to Alfred, and Alfred immediately fouled to prevent the fast break.
Very smart foul by Alfred. Just not letting him get a clear runway, because you know on a fast break opportunity, it's probably going to be a lob, and someone we know very well is going to be the one to come down with it.
It's a great call by our officials. Here it's Jason Vincent wearing number 8, who is the crew chief. Reggie Bushner joins him wearing number 25, and as always, Mike Rivera wearing number 34. 45-35 the score. Brandon Moss throwing it down low.
That's just so beautiful. He gets to the lane, bounces it high, cradles it up. You're thinking it's a layup. No, it's not. It's Brandon Moss. He elevates up high and throws it down home in the teeth of the Winter Park's defense. Great job by Moss.
Klinger a 3.
Clings it off the back iron. but watch out.
Glegg. And Moss, the tip-in. Brandon Moss with already 26 points with 45 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
Even though they're down in the scoreboard, they have been dominating the offensive boards.
It's now a 6-point game. Pittman in on Glegg. Trying to create some room. Pittman right side, 4 seconds on the shot clock, and he makes the layup down low, getting by Glegg.
Wow, that was beautiful. He tried to wear down the shot clock, trying to get a 2-for-1, and right there you just see him get in and out of his packages, get a nice move, get a step on a man, and goes and cradles it, knocks it home. Great job by Pittman.
Alfred loses that one with 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock there. Winfrey almost steals that one away. Look out, Coach Mastel on the bench. 9 seconds left to go in the second quarter. 47-39 ball game. The inbound to Douglas. Douglas into traffic, up with the right hand, makes the shot and draws the foul. Looking like Kevin Durant down low.
Beautiful take by Dom Douglas, taking it from the half-court line, driving it strong, looking at the clock for a second. Psych, no, he's going all the way to the basket. Big time and one opportunity for him to close out the first half. Will he do it? Will he be the guy to convert this opportunity? Stay tuned and find out.
And he puts it through.
There's still 4.7 left on the clock, and everybody knows if you tuned into Florida Flight, that is more than enough time for them to get up a nice shot and spark some momentum and chip away, make it a 8-point lead deficit.
(49-39) with 4.7 seconds left to go. Brandon Moss going full speed. He's going down low. Gets right by Siame. And he can't get that one to fall. So a 50-39 game. And this is the largest deficit going into a half that the Florida Flight have had in a while. They're
Definitely
trailing by 11.
This is uncharacteristic for the Flight. They have 39 points to end the first half, which is very unusual. They're finding themselves in a new situation. However, this gives a perfect opportunity for some new stars to emerge because Brandon Moss, he's bona fide. We know what he's going to do. We know what Terrell Alfred's going to do. Winfrey, however, has stepped into a new role because he typically drops around 11 points per game. However, he's been pouring it on this first half, and it's going to give them more of, they're soul searching a little bit, and it's good for them because now they see who's going to make those big plays for them when things aren't going how planned. However, Winter Park Storm are finding themselves a great opportunity. They're playing very well this first half.
More basketball on the way at the other end of the halftime report. So 50-39 is the score of the ball game, and well, I mean, if you're the Florida Flight, you kind of got to figure that Brandon Moss is your guy and you go with him here. But I think once Elliot Glegg starts catching fire a little bit, you know, he's been off the mark a little bit today. Once he starts getting a little bit hot from beyond the arc and getting in and feeling comfortable driving in, I think he'll be just fine. More basketball on the way. 50-39 the score. The Winter Park Storm are up by 11.
At Envy Labs, we build web applications that start with an idea. They move through strategy and need an outside eye ahead of wireframes and technical specifications. There's design and layout and functionality, but there's also performance, things like accessibility and data visualization. It all comes together for what ultimately is a successful launch. Over the past decade, Envy Labs has built platforms that pair things like data and sports or environmental science. We've built technical training platforms around data science and around network administration, and we've bootstrapped and sold our own product. We are a temporary CTO and an outside specialist in strategy, design, and development. It takes a lot to go from idea to launched web application, but it's all right there in our name. Reach out to hello@envylabs.com and let's take a look at your idea together.
fries and shakes Oviedo Mall. Best burger you'll ever eat. It's worth the drive.
Hey, what is up, everyone? My name is Susie, and I'm a full-time partner streamer on Twitch.tv. I've made it my mission to help gamers win in every area of life. So whether it's helping you win in gaming by teaching the latest tips and tricks on whatever games you might be playing, helping you win in fitness through my daily fitness streams, or even just helping you win in your week, we're building genuine community, and we've got a place just for you. So I want to encourage you right now to follow me over at twitch.tv/SusieLive. I stream Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see some of you soon.
World where one girl goes on endless adventures, gives you unbelievable toy unboxings, does insane food challenges, and plays way too much Roblox. It's Elle's Adventures. Subscribe now. Do it. Why not?
Holy cow, it's Nova Rex, the 80s legends.
I want the keto.
I want the double Diablo.
Cheddar bacon.
I'll take a double cheeseburger with extra cheese.
To go!
Here you go, boy. Hey guys, I play a little guitar myself. How about me joining the band? Show us what you got, man. What's up, dudes? What do you think?
Yeah, man, it's pretty good, but you need more hair.
But the Mooyah burgers were great. Mooyah burgers rock!
Hey, what is up, everyone? My name is Susie, and I'm a full-time partner streamer on Twitch.tv. I've made it my mission to help gamers win in every area of life. So whether it's helping you win in gaming by teaching the latest tips and tricks on whatever games you might be playing, helping you win in fitness through my daily fitness streams, or even just helping you win in your week, we're building genuine community, and we've got a place just for you. So I want to encourage you right now to follow me over at twitch.tv/SusieLive. I stream Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see some of you soon.
Welcome back to the FBA on YouTube and Facebook Live, presented by Poly Wealth Management. It's a 50-39 game. 12 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Marks the start of our second half. Jesse O, Alvin Delvey, and the fantastic Jerry Pettit along with us. Alvin, obviously this is the biggest the Florida Flight have been down at the half so far this season in any one of their games.
Definitely. And speaking to Coach Mark King, he just pretty much said that their shots are not falling, and they feel like their defense has been bad, and they've been allowing the Storm to get all the shots that they want, and that's something that they're going to tune up. And the Florida Flight does a great job with second half adjustments. However, on Winter Park side, they really love how they're playing the superstars in Brandon Moss and Elliot Glegg, funneling him to shots that they don't like, and they just want to continue to play how they've been playing so far.
Siame loses the handle on that one, and Alfred's going the other way. Dickerson to start, hits the three, and it might be a tale of two halves here for the Florida Flight. We'll see in just a second, but Travell Dickerson comes out, and he's now got 4 points.
Knocked down a big shot. They're only down 8. We've seen greater comebacks already, so.
Johnny Germain on the other side of the floor with 4 points now.
Getting them up and getting it in. Great job by the Storm. This is going to be a back and forth battle to start the third. You love to see that if you're a basketball fan.
It's a 10-point game. Alfred, right elbow, hits the shot.
That was beautiful. A little in and out, rocking him to sleep and knocking down the jump shot. Alfred starting to let it loose in this third quarter.
Interestingly enough, that's what Alfred needed. He had been 0 for from the field so far in the ball game. That's his first basket of the game.
And he's their X factor. Once he gets rolling, the team gets rolling. Look at him getting involved, and now they have another opportunity to push the pace and chip into this lead.
52-44, the Flight are down by 8. So cutting down the lead from the Winter Park Storm here.
Elliot Glegg doing what he does in the pick and roll.
Glegg up top, gets his own rebound, throws it to the left. Alfred misfires on the three, so he has not made a three yet so far this game, only his one basket, and so you gotta hope, if you're the Florida Flight, that Alfred can pick things up here. Siame, the turnaround jumper, is good.
That was beautiful. He looked like Dirk Nowitzki on that one. Kicking the leg out and knocking it down as a 7-footer. Great shot by Pat
Dickerson, other side. So Dickerson and Patson Siame go back-to-back. Dickerson with 6 and Siame now with 5. Jackson up top running the offense, throws it to Dom Douglas. Jackson guarded by Alfred. Now here's Pittman. Pittman goes in, blocked by Moss, and Moss will just take it out of the air. Moss fouled in transition. That's a smart foul if you're the Winter Park Storm.
Definitely. You see Moss get a block, and that just fuels it. As soon as he gets the rebound and he lands, he's like a spring. It just shoots forward, and Dom Douglas recognized that his guys weren't back, fouled him at half court. Just slow and stop the bleeding. Let's get our defense back and see if we could stop them once again.
54-46. Alfred from the point. Over Douglas, contested. And Jackson the rebound.
Jackson got up on that board. Little guy could definitely get above the rim.
Jermaine, Euro step, up with the right hand.
Looking like Harden on that one with the European two-step and finishing with the right. Great job by Jermaine.
It's a 10-point game again. Dickerson's been hot. And that one just bounces over the backboard. So dead ball, and the Winter Park Storm get possession.
They got themselves a 10-point lead. Let's see if they could rally behind that dead ball and use this dead time to formulate a nice little run. We got Barry over there coaching them up wisely, and they got some new offensive sets that you've seen so far. Barry does a great job of putting new things in each and every game.
That one goes out of bounds. So Devin Jackson can't quite keep it in his possession. So here come the Flight going the other direction.
And based on what he's been saying earlier in this game during halftime, they love how they've been keeping heavy pressure on Elliot Glegg, not allowing him to get in his shot. As you saw right there, they're funneling him and just pressuring him heavily. They're doing the same with Brandon Moss.
Ambo, good move down low, caught Siame in the air and went right by him. And it's an 8-point lead now.
It's a great job by Ambo finishing and being a great picker, just standing there, setting them sturdies and moving without setting an illegal screen.
Douglas can't get that one to fall, and here comes Moss the other direction. Glegg, Alfred, right wing three. His first make of the game from beyond the arc.
Sometimes you just got to see it fall through. Let's see if he could use that and start making it pour from three. Alfred is a great three-point shooter, and he does it all for them.
It's a 5-point game. Siame, left side. Jackson over Dickerson, good! Jackson with a big three.
Big time shot from the former UCF Knight, knocking down the trifecta. That was actually a great play by Ambo, pushing Pat Siame all the way out, but then Jackson just hits a huge shot as the shot clock winds down.
Leads back up to 8. Jackson, Jermaine will line it up. And Douglas doing a great job of crashing the board. Jermaine. And now Pittman going right. Pittman up with the right hand, and that one can't bounce in. Siame a second chance and fouled by Ambo, and Siame hitting the deck. Doing a great job of selling that one.
Definitely had to do something to get the call. It looks like he's slow to get up, so hopefully he's good, because they're going to need him going down the stretch. He's so dynamic for this Winter Park defense, offense and defense. He gets boards, offensive boards, defensive boards, and he definitely deters shots. When people see Pat Siame in the block, they don't like to throw up those shots, so you need him healthy as he gets a trip to the line.
Siame swishes the first one through.
And that's going to beef up his free throw percentage. He's shooting about 68%. However, this game he's been knocking them down at a high clip. Great job by Pat Siame understanding the severity of his free throws.
Siame hitting a pair, and his team's back up by 10. Right side, that one goes out of bounds, so the Flight not doing a great job of taking care of the ball.
That was good vision. They're trying to see Alfred on that. He was leaking, but wasn't able to get that in bounds.
Jermaine, far side. Jackson in the reverse. And a great job by Brandon Moss throwing it to Grant Gullett on the rebound. Gullett, Alfred needs to hit these, and he misses that one. Siame the rebound.
They're going to slow down the pace and get a set going. That's where they thrive when they get their sets. They can run it in the fast break, but then they also like that.
Alfred picks Jackson's pocket. Alfred, other side. Brandon Moss windmills the dunk home. Oh my. 61-53. Brandon Moss, the human highlight reel for the Florida Flight, throwing that one down.
That's a great play. Understanding where your guys are, understanding the team dynamic, getting up there, pushing the pace by Glegg, and knowing his man is right there. Throws it to him, he catches it, rocks it all the way down, and breaks the rim with that dynamic dunk.
A steal from Alfred, and Alfred is fouled by Jackson.
And that's why the Flight is so hard to contain. You just hope you can keep them in a low-scoring game because they have such emphatic plays like we just saw, and the whole team galvanizes around that. And next thing you know, it's one play, it's two plays, it's three plays, and then they have the lead. Let's see if the Storm can weather the storm of the Flight.
Alfred right elbow. It's good.
There you go. Alfred getting some shots in, and you love to see the confidence. Some of his shots weren't falling early on, but that didn't stop him from shooting. And right there, you see him knock down a mid-range jumper.
Ambo the rebound. So the Florida Flight on a little bit of a run here. It's a 6-point game. Brandon Moss will flip it up and doesn't make the shot, but he goes to the line and shoots 2.
He definitely got a great move right there. You saw him freeze the defender up, get to the lane, and Little do people know, when you start dunking the ball as hard as Brandon Moss has been dunking the ball, it really hurts your hands. Like, it really hurts. So I think on that one, he tried to switch it to a jelly because his hand is probably humming from the last dunk that he just pulled off. So I think that's what happened. Tried to put the jelly on, but wasn't able to finish it, but he still gets 2 attempts at the free throw line, and he does a great job from there, averaging about, he does okay, averaging about 62% from the line. Let's see if he can knock these down.
First one's off the front iron. Still a 6-point deficit.
Free throws are going to be huge coming down the stretch. They're finding themselves in unfamiliar territory, being down in the third.
Moss misses a pair of free throws.
I'm going to blame that on the hand probably singing right now. Singing hymns like Jerry would.
Jerry's got a beautiful voice, but not as beautiful as Coach King, as we have learned. Winfrey down low to Dickerson. Dickerson catches Anthony in the air, and a great job of waiting by Dickerson to put up his shot on the correct timing. 61-57. The Storm's lead has been cut to 4, and that's going to call head coach Barry Mestel. He needs a timeout. When we return, 5:38 left to go in the third quarter, as the Flight are making a little bit of a run here, and we'll see what happens in just a sec.
OMW, on my way to you, good at what I do, I'm OMW, OMW, on my way to you, good at what I do, I'm OMW, on my way, on my way. OMW, on my way to you, good at what I do, I'm OMW.
Coming back in, we're seeing the Florida Flight go on a little run. Let's see if the Winter Park Storm can figure it out.
Brandon Moss, a big dunk down low on Douglas. It's a 4-point game. Caleb Winfrey off short. Glegg with the rebound. Glegg to Alfred. Alfred pump fakes, now into the lane. Right elbow jumper. It's good. A 2-point game.
That's a very smart play by a very high IQ player in Alfred. He saw that he had a defender rushing him. He sidesteps, gets right into a crease, then knocks down the elbow extended jumper.
That one tapped away. Brandon Moss down low and lays it in. It's all tied up.
Great job by Moss, taking advantage of his size and quickness with that one, getting right to the lane and laying it in.
Moss with 30 points. And a defensive foul on the floor.
His points come so casually. He has 30 so far. He's leading the game so far in points. And it's going to be interesting to see how the Winter Park Storm plays him, because they liked what they were doing earlier in funneling him and forcing him to take jump shots and doing things that he didn't like to do. However, now when they're funneling him, the big fella that comes in to step up, he's not there in time. And that's where the issue is, and that's where Brandon Moss is taking advantage of, and it is erupting for him.
You know, an interesting thing, nobody even has half as many points as Moss has in the game. The second closest person would probably be Cameron Jackson, who's got 13.
Close, but not close enough.
Brandon Moss with 30. Forbes, right side, turnaround jumper, and hits it over Winfrey.
That was a beautiful turnaround jumper on the weak side and knocking it home, rolling all around the rim. Great shot by Forbes.
Storm by 2. Alfred turning the corner and couldn't get that one to fall. Jackson down low, puts it in with his left.
Great job by Jackson, letting you know that he could do it from beyond the arc, but he could also play around in the paint.
That ball's cut off by Forbes. Anthony throws it ahead to Douglas. Douglas back to Forbes, who had it blocked. It looked like they had an easy layup opportunity there, but the Flight doing a great job on defense. Winfrey into the restricted area. Couldn't get that one to fall. Moss has that one tipped around. And off the hands of Dickerson.
It's a bar of soap on the floor. Nobody wants to touch it. No one can seem to get a handle on the ball. But going back to that last defensive play by Moss, it was a good job by Forbes getting him up in the air, but then as soon as he touched the ground, he jumped right back up and got the block anyways. Great job.
Douglas over Alfred, and Moss the rebound. Moss fouled.
Good job by Anthony. It seems like a careless foul, but that's an easy 2 points for Moss if you let him get a full head of steam to the basket. Yeah, chalk that up. Good job by Anthony reaching in and just slowing him down. Now they can get to a defensive set and run that funnel action that they're trying to do and really pressure the shooter in Elliot Glegg.
The Storm up by 4. Glegg takes it to the lane and is fouled. I honestly think this might be what Elliot Glegg needs. If he sees a few of his free throws go in, that might do it for him. He is a great free throw shooter, shooting already 100% this season. And that's not just on 2 free throws. He's gotten quite a few free throws in these games. So
definitely.
Sometimes if you're a shooter, and that happens in the NBA too. We see that all the time with Stephen Curry. He might be off a little bit, then he gets fouled, goes to the line, shoots a couple free throws. Obviously, he makes them because he's Stephen freaking Curry. And then, you know, now he hits 4 threes in a row, and the other team's calling timeout twice. Elliot Glegg sees the first one go in.
And that's exactly what they need to do, because Elliot Glegg is also, to his point, is really Winter Park very much still understands that he's such a prolific three-point shooter as he knocks down both of his free throw percentage, staying true to that 100%. They understand how dynamic of a three-point shooter he is, so they're doing everything they want to do to force him to take it inside.
Hartnett Jr. hits the 3.
Big shot by Hartnett, great job. But going back to that last point, if you pay attention to this game, there's someone on him at all times. They never lose sight of him. He's getting Stephen Curry treatment right now, so it's going to be hard for him to get an open look at the 3.
Douglas down to Forbes. Forbes to Hartnett. Hartnett trying to use the backboard. Moss throws it ahead to Winfrey. Winfrey going up strong, fouled, and made the shot.
That's a big play by Winfrey. And once again, you see the Flight taking advantage of the Winter Park Storm's transition defense. That's the only weak point that they have, because that's actually Florida Flight's main source of buckets, is in the transition. When guys are out of place, they can just weave their way through, get to the lane, and they get and ones, and they have highlight plays in that fashion. Great job.
Winfrey misses that one, and it's still a 3-point game. Forbes all by himself. And now the lead is back up to 5 for the Winter Park Storm.
And this is such a hard-fought game. Winter Park just not wanting to let up on this lead, and Florida Flight.
Moss swishes through a 3, and now the Flight trail by 2.
Just fighting tooth and nail to get a hold of the lead for once.
Forbes couldn't get that one to fall, and Lewis the rebound. So here comes Moss. They're losing by 2. Moss the long 3, and Douglas the rebound. And Douglas, this is the guy the Storm needed to put the ball in his hands. He threw it ahead, but his guy wasn't looking. A pass left side. Alfred for the lead. And Glegg, the tip in. No, Moss will do it and tie things up.
Definitely what you need to see for Winter Park. You need to see Dom Douglas just take over, because you're seeing a great show from the whole cast of Winter Park, really, there's been a lot of new faces coming in and bringing their own flair to the game. But you need that steady 30 points that you typically get from Dom Douglas. You want to see him show out.
Douglas in the reverse, that's their guy.
Right.
You got to keep going with him. He does a great job just doing all he can to create some separation and get to the basket. On the other side, Dom Douglas taps it out of bounds. Great defense there, deflecting the shot by Douglas. A 2-point game. The Winter Park Storm are up 72-70. The inbound to Gullet, or excuse me, not Gullet, Glegg. Moss stepped out of bounds on the baseline.
Right on cue, Dom Douglas started turning it up, and he is looking for his shot. And when Dom Douglas is looking for his shots, it's going to free up guys like Cam Jackson to get other looks and Hardnett Jr. to get his little chocolate floats up and in. So when Dom Douglas is aggressive, it makes everyone better.
Douglas, off front iron, Lewis the rebound. 1 minute and 15 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Winfrey throws it left. Glegg pump fakes. Glegg with the reverse down low. Lewis, no. And Lewis is fouled.
That was a great driving kick by Elliot Glegg. He's looking for a shot, but they're closing out on him hard. Was able to get to the lane, got all the way to the lane, and was able to set up his man. But he wasn't able to finish, but he was able to stay true to that board, fighting for it. And now he's going to find himself at the line shooting 2.
Lewis from the line, that's his first made basket as a Florida flight. And he splits the pair. Douglas a big rebound, but couldn't hold on to it, so the flight get the ball back for a chance at the lead in a made basket situation here. 1 minute and 3 seconds left to go in the third. Glegg to inbound from the left side of the basket. Lewis a turnaround jumper. And Cameron Jackson pulls down the rebound. Jackson in the game, throws it right. Douglas all alone, throws it down. Dominic Douglas, the big guy.
Nothing safer than a two-handed flush. He looked over, saw all the defense come in, said, I'm not going to trust it off the glass. I'm going to throw it straight in. Great job by Dom Douglas being aggressive.
Alfred shoes off the man defense. And the rebound fought for and hit out of bounds by Lewis. A 3-point game again with 37 seconds left to go in the third.
Isn't this a great game that we're watching right now? It is just tit for tat, back and forth. The stars are shining. The role players are playing their roles. It has been a great game so far. Can't ask for anything better.
Cam Jackson airballs on the 3, and Lewis can't save that one from going off his foot and then out of bounds.
That's a tough defensive possession. Now they gave them a full shot clock. Let's see if Winter Park can do something with it and extend this lead. They have no cushion right now. 3 points is not enough for the Winter Park Storm.
Douglas, hard net, right side. Cam Jackson caught Moss in the air. The second pump. Hardnett Jr. now into Timmy Hill. Timmy Hill misses, and the put in by Dominic Douglas.
Who else? Great job by Dom Douglas picking up the loose change and knocking it home when they needed it.
Shot clock is off. 7 seconds left to go. Brandon Moss fouled with 5.4 on the clock.
Brandon Moss is going to have to make these free throws because this is crunch time. They won the third. Actually, it was a tie in the third quarter because both teams poured it on and made a lot of highlight plays. However, coming down at the end of this fourth quarter or this third quarter, he's going to have to make these free throws down because everything matters. It is a very tight game, and you cannot afford to miss anything from the line. This is the first one, but it's okay. He has another one. What will he do with it? shooting about 62% from the free throw line. However, he does pour in about 40 points, so you do have to talk to him nice. Knocks down the second one, and now he's chipped in to that lead.
Brendan Moss with 36 points. As time is expiring, a huge block down low by Caleb Winfrey as time expires. So an emphatic throwdown by Caleb Winfrey, denying any chance for a final basket in the quarter. And it's still a 4-point game. The Winter Park Storm are up 76-72. More basketball on the way. We have one more quarter, and this is going to be a good one. You don't want to miss it. This is the FBA Special Sunday Classic. We're back here for one more quarter of action. It is a 4-point game as the clock starts ticking down. The Flight in possession of the ball right now. Glegg running it left side, now on the baseline, throws it out to Terrell Alfred, tipped away by Pittman and poked by Hardnett Jr. Hardnett Jr. throwing it up off the glass.
How about Hardnett Jr., the little fella rising up, understanding how long Winfrey is, gets all the way up and finishes the fast break bucket, giving them a 6-point cushion. That's a great play, turning defense into offense and capitalizing by Hardnett Jr.
Alfred, right side, no good. Lewis again, Alfred. Glegg hits the three. That's the shot Elliot Glegg has been known to hit. He's got 7 and his team trailing by 3.
Hand down, man down. Winter Park has made a point to get a guy on him at all times, and whenever there's not, that's what happens. Great shot by Elliot Glegg, taking advantage of the opportunity he was given.
Foul on the floor.
Class act, Elliot Glegg. Love to see when he does well. Knocking it down, plays his role very well. A very true point guard, has great vision, does it all for it.
Forbes up top, running the inbound. Screen from Timmy Hill, will shoot over him. That one just rims out. And Moss taps it out of bounds.
That's a good closeout by Winfrey because Forbes has been having himself a game, so he probably would have knocked that shot down if he didn't throw one of those long paws up there.
Hardnett from straight away. Lewis the rebound.
Could not buy a bucket on that last possession.
Moss pump fakes. Up top to Glegg. Glegg, Alfred left side 3. Alfred's needs to start hitting those threes.
Definitely. If he can't hit them, he has to do what he's been doing and taking it inside and knocking down the free throw extended jumper.
Jump ball.
Great effort by Lewis, just doing what he needs to do. And now they have a jump ball. He has a clear height advantage, so they're probably going to win this one.
But never say never.
Never say never. I didn't think the Crocs were going to win last night. And after witnessing a display like that and ferocity and just coming back and just doing it all, I've seen it all now. Oh. He won it.
Alfred going in and fouled. Like, you know, like I say never. I never thought Jerry could eat 10 burgers.
Oh, Jerry can do
And then he put away more than that.
You know what's crazy? When it comes to Jerry, there's a certain phrase we like to talk about. You never bet against a GOAT. You don't bet against Tom Brady. The only time you could bet against LeBron James is literally this year.
In the first round.
Yeah, that was very uncharacteristic. And once you're in that level, you're in that stratosphere, you're in that space, you can't bet against them. So whenever someone names Jerry, as Alfred knocks down the second free throw, whenever someone names Jerry, I just know I have to put my money with him because I know he's going to double it for me. My ROI will be great for all you business guys out there.
Hardnett with the little floater, can't get that one to fall. And Glegg pushing on the other side. Glegg to Moss. Moss spinning around Cam Jackson and fouled again. And Moss was about to end somebody's life.
The rim's life. The rim is so happy that Mike called that foul because, man, oh, man, his head was at the rim and his arm was cocked all the way back. He probably would have broke his hand on that one. His hand would have still been on the rim.
Oh, yeah. It's a one-point game, 78-77. Glegg up top, going right with the scoop. No good. And Hardnett Jr. brings it down. Glegg tipping it around, up to Pittman. Pittman throwing it ahead, and he is fouled.
They're doing a great job on Elliot Glegg, just being very in his space, not allowing him any space to do anything he wants. And when he does get a chance at the rim, they are crowding him. But that's good hustle getting back. And now you're going to see what Winter Park does with this chance they have. They're up 1 with 9:43 left in this ball game. Let's see if they can knock down the trifecta with some of their prolific scores.
Winter Park needs a win. They're coming off back-to-back losses in this game. Cam Jackson left that one short, but Hardnett converting on the second chance.
Love to see a little guy go down there and make a difference. Coming out of Cleveland Heights, he's from Cleveland, Ohio, obviously, and he's averaged 3 points per game, and he's blown that out the water.
Brandon Moss brings it back within 1.
And Brandon Moss has been that constant force, freak of nature for the flight, just doing whatever he wants. And when he turns that switch on, man, oh man, clear the runways. Let him do what he does in peace.
Moss with 38. Forbes from the left corner. Hardnett, a great job.
Wow.
Down low, the little man, 5'9", 160, and he's out rebounding a lot of these Florida Flight players just because he's being shifty down low, setting his feet, boxing out. He's a fundamentals guy. Moss, big three. We're all tied up. On Brandon Moss's back. And Moss now with 41 points. Pittman, pump fakes, steps back. Good.
Wow. So on one possession, on the last 2 possessions, you have Hardnett Jr. giving second chance opportunities by getting 2 offensive boards. Then you have Pittman coming back and knocking down a big-time jumper step back.
Moss gets his pocket picked. Forbes, other side, and puts it through.
That's a great job forcing that turnover by Anthony.
Hardnett Jr. running again, gives it up to Forbes, and Forbes can't quite hold on to it. A 4-point game again with under 8 minutes left to play in the fourth.
Right now you have Dom coming back in, and you're expecting him to pour it on. Brandon Moss has 41 points right now. And this has just been a well-rounded game from Winter Park. Everyone pitching in and getting buckets. Now let's see what they'll do now. We got Peacock coming in. Last game, he showed his worth by knocking down some huge shots. Let's see what he does this game.
That one off of the Storm. Flight get the ball back from the near side. Alfred will take this one out.
And this is kind of a big possession for them because they lost a little bit of that momentum they had. Winter Park started to pour it on. And even though it's a 4-point cushion, it's still a cushion. Let's see if the Flight can come back in.
So we're having a little bit of a change on the floor here. Well, it's not often that you see that all the time.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Moss going in left and putting it through. A 2-point game again.
Too easy. The interior was not sturdy enough. Brandon Moss kicking the front door in and stealing the cookies out of the pantry.
Pittman fouled down low. Look at Coach King.
Coach
and then his head's exploding.
Coach Fedora King. You have to get it correct.
Peacock, the inbound, stolen away by the Flight. The push ahead. Brandon Moss down low. A little bit too high for even him. And Alfred really threw that up there.
He threw that
I'm
up.
surprised Moss even was able to get a hand on it.
He threw that up because there was a couple of guys there. You want to put it to where only Moss can get it. He was able to get it. He just wasn't able to control it long enough to throw it down. And as you saw right there, he's telling him, next time I got you. Keep throwing that thing up like that. I'll make you look good.
Glegg up top. Throws it to Moss. Moss to Glegg. Glegg for the lead. Boom! 87-86. Elliot Glegg with a big three.
Huge shot by Elliot Glegg. Was able to just be patient and saw his hand was down. And wise words from Mark Jackson. Hand down, man down. Elliot Glegg is coming alive from beyond the arc.
A foul down low.
We're seeing a huge turn of events. The Flight have been able to get this to a 1-point lead. Let's see if Jackson can hold true. He's shooting 91% from the free throw line. Let's see if that holds true today and if he can be a hero and get them right back to where they were before. Elliot Glegg going home the trifecta.
Devin Jackson misses the first one, so if he makes the second one, we're all tied up. Jackson splits the free throws. It's interesting. He takes one step back from that free throw line. He's not right up on the line like most guys would be.
It is interesting, but different strokes for different folks. For him, it works. He's shooting 91%, so definitely like what he's doing.
Alfred throws it down low to Moss. Moss fouled. Moss kind of like a coach out on the floor too, telling guys, you know, it's a screen. Do this, do that.
But that's what happens when you're such a prolific offensive scorer. You have that type of clout as he knocks down the first free throw, giving them a 1-point advantage. He's just on that one, he's telling Alfred, hey, look, there's this screen that's set for you. Utilize that and run the offense. Even though Alfred, I understand what he was trying to do. He was afraid of the double team that's been coming, because Winter Park, they've been doing that with Elliot Glegg on their pick and roll actions. When he does get around the screen, they send two guys there, and if everyone's not ready to catch and shoot, it can become a problem. So he rejected the screen, and that's what Moss was talking about. As he knocks down both free throws, which is huge for them, Moss coming through in the clutch for them. Everything needs to drop from the line for both teams.
6.5 minutes left. Devin Jackson going full speed. Peacock recovers. Jermaine has it taken away. Here's Moss, other side, pushing fast. Moss throws it up, and it goes out of bounds off of the Storm.
How about that? Brandon Moss taking it to the rack, but it's Devin Jackson who blocks it and sends it out of bounds. You love to see the little fella getting up there Even though it was a low shot, it still had a chance. Devin Jackson said, nah, not on my watch. Good defensive possession.
Alfred bounces it back to Dickerson. Dickerson the pump fake and fouled.
That's a smart play right there because that's where they've been lacking is the guard penetration. Once they get that first defender up in the air or out of position and they attack that seam, it's been knocked down for the flight. So the Storm recognized that and just said, you know what, let's just end it all right here. I'm going to foul him on the ground so that way we can get back to it, get back in our sets, and run it the way we're supposed to run it and stay true and stay on the ground.
Glegg up top. He'll get the screen from Moss, throw it down to him. Moss into the lane, and Moss getting through. A great one dribble move by Brandon Moss.
Beautiful move. He doesn't have the width that you would typically expect from a big fella, but he has the height, he has the skill set. He is a prolific three, banging down low and making a big play.
Dickerson tried to fight over the screen and ended up fouling the Storm there.
And right now, the Flight took the lead late in this game. And this is an interesting game because both teams aren't at their typical marks. They're typically both offensive-minded, but they came into this game knowing that they had to stop the other team, and they did just that. It is a low-scoring game for both teams, 91 to 87, with Dom Douglas shooting from the line.
Douglas off the front iron, shooting 71% this season, averaging 30 points per game. He's only at 18. 5.5 minutes left to go here in the fourth. Douglas makes the second one, but 5 team fouls now on the Flight, so the rest of the ball game, it's free shots for the Storm. Terrell Alfred spinning right wing, screen from Moss. Alfred 3 and an air ball. Alfred not having his best day from beyond the arc.
Definitely not what we're used to seeing from Alfred. However, he is pulling the trigger. And there are certain situations you have to pull the trigger because if you don't, now they're going to play you kind of like how teams play Ben Simmons. Where they have everyone, you're going to have guys doubling Moss, they're going to have guys, and they're not going to really guard you the way you're supposed to be guarded. It's going to take away from other people. So good job by Alfred keeping his confidence true, keep shooting, and you want to see a couple of them fall. And you know when it does, it's going to be huge.
Devin Jackson up top, man-to-man defense here by the Flight. Jermaine into the lane, fouled.
That's a big shot by Jermaine. Getting to the line right now, they are down 3, and you need everything you can get. The 3-ball isn't falling. Well, the 3-ball is falling. However, it does not hurt to be aggressive and get in the paint. And now he has a chance for the strike. No one's guarding you, and that's the best shot you can get in this game.
Jermaine can't get the first one to fall.
That hurts if you're Winter Park. You want to see them drop.
And Jermaine can get neither one to fall.
He goes over with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, down 3. That definitely hurts you.
Moss, step back 3, boom! Brandon Moss, a big-time shot from beyond the arc.
Brandon Moss just easily handling the rock, coming in out of his dribble, nice step back, and just bangs home the trifecta. Great job.
Ball stolen away by Glegg, a 2-on-1. There's Nate Anthony trailing behind him. He gives it up to Moss, and Moss puts it through. Moss with 52 points.
Wow. Moss dropped a 50 ball on Winter Park.
Pittman hits a big boy, and they call it a 3.
That's a great job, and both teams are going at it. You love to see that if you're a basketball fan. 4 minutes left, there's a lot of basketball left. There's only a 5-point deficit. No one really knows who's gonna come out on top of this game. Stay tuned for more exciting basketball with the FBA.
This game is getting pretty physical. I like it. Alfred dancing, right side, cross court. Winfrey going in from the right side, fouled and banks it home. Wow, Caleb Winfrey so good at driving in and going up with his right hand after drawing contact. He's done that a few times this game, and it's just great to see him succeed in the big moments. And it's great to see any guy on the floor succeeding in big moments.
You love to see that going and letting them know he's too little, I'm too strong, I'm too quick, I'm too fast, I'm too long. Winfrey goes to the rack and draws the contact, scooping it up and scooping it in. Great job by Winfrey as he bangs home the free throw, completing the three-point play, giving them an 8-point cushion in this game.
Douglas loses handle of the ball as he slips to the ground. Alfred ahead to Moss. Moss with a smile, and he just missed the dunk. Dickerson. Leg lining it up. And just off short on the three. Moss the rebound. The give back. Terrell Alfred another chance. And he can't get that one to fall. The Flight up by 8. And we'll take a timeout here on the floor. 99-91, a big run by the Florida Flight. Terrell Alfred grabbing his hamstring, though, as he limps over to the bench. We'll see if he can re-enter the game in just a second. But the Flight still have a lot of fight left in them, but so do the Storm, and the Storm looking to go to their big guys like Dominic Douglas as they come down the line here. More basketball on the way here.
Hey, what is up, everyone? My name is Susie, and I'm a full-time partner streamer on Twitch.tv. I've made it my mission to help gamers win in every area of life. So whether it's helping you win in gaming by teaching the latest tips and tricks on whatever games you might be playing, helping you win in fitness through my daily fitness streams, or even just helping you win in your week, we're building genuine community, and we've got a place just for you. So I want to encourage you right now to follow me over at twitch.tv/SusieLive. I stream Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see some of you soon.
Three minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the ball game. The Flight went on a run, but the Storm still have a lot to go. The Storm, I mean, all they got to do is figure out a way to shut down Brandon Moss right now, and that was the main focal point of the offense on that run they just went on. Both teams in the bonus, though, Alvin, and that could come down to the end. And an interesting move here by head coach Barry Massell, putting back in Patson Siame, who was one time a player of the week here in the FBA. Dickerson down low travels.
That is gonna have Mark King doing a little dance on the sideline. Travel called. Now Winter Park has a chance to get a bucket.
Siame deflected In by Brandon Moss. Brandon Moss having trouble regaining the basketball. Throws it behind him to Glegg, and Glegg now going in, out to Dickerson with the pump fake. Good job by the Storm defense. So the Storm defense playing a little zone here now. It's like a 1-2-2 zone. Siame, a big block down low. He'll throw ahead to his outlet in Devin Jackson. Jackson down low, blocked by Moss and called for a goaltending. That's the right call. It was above the rim.
Definitely, but that's just a great job stopping the guard and the penetration by Elliot Glegg. Pat Siame slapped that around, grabbed the rebound, kicked it to Devin Jackson, and he was able to take it coast to coast. When he got to the rack, Brandon Moss, when you can jump that high, it's hard to tell whether it's a goaltender or not. Great job. Great
Moss fouled. Flight up by 5 with less than 2.5 left to go in the game.
Now, this is also interesting because Winter Park, they're coming off of a loss. However, they did lose a big player in Braylon Pickens. So it's good to see how they've utilized the depth of their roster. They used a full roster, and they're fighting hard. They're only down 6 with 2:25 left in the game. And now you have Moss at the free throw line. Let's see if he knocks it down and make it 7 or 8 that they're down by.
99-93. And Moss off back iron.
Misses the first one, but he did drop a 50 ball to this afternoon. He's done a great job offensively, and some of the plays he's made, it just seems spectacular. It seems crazy he can make them. He misses both, comes up empty, but Alfred picks it up.
Dickerson, left corner 3. And Pittman, a big rebound there for the Winter Park Storm. Let's see if the Storm can go on a little run here. Pittman going right and fouled down low.
He's going to be shooting, and Pittman, that's a great job. Doing it all. He typically averages 2 points per game. However, he's blown that open in this game so far. He split his last free throw, or actually he was 100% from the free throw line so far. He split his free throws in previous games, shooting 50%. But he's done a great job so far, knocking down the first one. I'm not going to speak on what he could possibly do to the second one because I don't want to jinx it. However, Pittman's been doing a great job. He's the leader for them, vocal leader. He got the retro AIs on. Love to see him do good as he bangs home both of them. Good job by Pittman, making it count.
Pittman getting a start in this ball game and doing his due diligence. Moss, a pump fake out beyond the arc to Caleb Winfrey, right side, dribbling left, right elbow jumper, good.
Great job by Winfrey, just understanding where it was, dribbling around the horn, getting to the free throw, elevating, knocking it down. Great shot by Winfrey.
101-95. The Flight up by 6. And the Storm and Flight both in the bonus. But I want to go back to that play for Pittman real quick because I think that's just a high basketball IQ play. Going down low, drawing contact, knowing that your team is in the bonus, and then getting to go to the line. And Pittman, obviously a really good free throw shooter and one of the best ones in the FBA here. He gets it done down there. 101-95, less than 2 minutes left to go. And it's still a 6-point game. It'll come down to the last minute. I guarantee it. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
I've been waiting for you all day long.
Ooh, yeah. 101-95 with under 2 minutes left to play in the fourth. These games this weekend have been living up to all of the hype that we thought they would be. Yesterday's game ended in a 1-point game, and the first game today was kind of blown open by the Bobcats, but the Flight and the Storm doing a great job of keeping this one close, and it's as competitive as games get here in the FBA. Dickerson misfires on that one. They have to look ahead to Douglas. He was clearly open all the way down on the end of the floor. It goes right through Siame's hands, and here comes Brandon Moss going the other direction. Alfred for three. That's the dagger.
I knew Alfred was going to hit a big-time shot whenever you see a guy struggling, but he keeps shooting. One of them's bound to go in. Great shot by Alfred.
Alfred going the other direction. 1:15 left to go. Winfrey now down and puts it himself. Winfrey looked left like he was going to pass it, and this guy can rise a little bit, and the Flight are up by 11.
That a kid, Alfred. That's how you go to the paint and finish strong. A sure two-handed, and he hung on it just to rub it in. Great job by Winfrey.
Douglas fouled. Now he'll get some time from the line.
They're struggling right now. There's an 11-point deficit for the Storm. The Flight were able to get the lead early or late in this game, actually. And once they got it, they have not let it go. They're doing a great job of just pouring it on and scoring and making big stops. Let's see if Douglas can change some of that with 1 minute left in this game.
Douglas will swish the first one through. He's now got 20 points. Shooting 71% on the season from the line coming into tonight's game.
And that's just a testament to who the Florida Flight's identity is on the defensive end, as he knocks down the second one, going 2 for 2 from the stripe in the clutch when you really need it.
Storm down by 9. 1 minute left in regulation. Glegg from up top. Goes right from the screen from Moss. Moss. Guarded by Anthony. Going left. Throws it to Alfred. Alfred left wing three. And he grabs his own rebound. Alfred underneath makes the shot.
Good job by Alfred staying home, grabbing the ball, fighting for it, and getting back to the lane, just tucking it in. A nice little up and under action right there, finishing it strong, giving them that 11-point cushion with 37 seconds left in this game. However, 37 seconds didn't mean anything to Tracy McGrady way back when. So let's see if we can get a Tracy McGrady-esque performance from one of these stars on Winter Park.
Douglas couldn't get that one to fall. 30 seconds left. A 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Glegg down to Moss, who throws it down with the one hand on the oop.
That's how you throw salt on a wound and add insult to injury. Great job by Glegg throwing it up for Moss, and you know he's going to go up, he's going to come down, throw it hard. Great job, great finish.
Other side, Devin Jackson fouled.
13.9 left in this game. You just want to keep fighting for your pride reasons right now. The Flight are having themselves a comfortable lead. It was a very hard-fought game, but they were able to turn the tide towards the end of it and just ran away with it. That's a great job by Coach Mark King. Right now you see him celebrating with the fedora as Jackson knocks down his first free throw attempt at this trip to the line.
Devin Jackson knocks down a pair. He's now got 13 in the game. Winfrey pulling back on this one. And Moss wants the last shot, a long three, right side. No, that one's off the mark. And Terrell Alfred will dribble this one out. Moss to end the game. Does that count?
That is hilarious. Moss just wanted to do something crazy to end the game. He got a Ray Allen-esque shot for all my Heat fans out there to push us to Game 6. That was a great shot, and that's exactly what he did. Fun way to finish this game.
113-99. I still am waiting for confirmation if that last shot counted. I don't think it did, but nonetheless, Moss ends up with 54 points in the ball game, and what a game for Brandon Moss, and what a game for the Florida Flight, who trailed for most of the time in that ball game, but ended up making a big comeback. And we'll bring you back to us for a second. Jesse O, Alvin Delvey. Alvin, obviously, we're probably going to go with Brandon Moss for the MVP of the game. Is that correct?
He dropped a 50 ball. He got 54 points, made some highlight plays. He had some very athletic plays in the fast break, and he just did it all. Defensively, he was doing his thing. You know, he got people involved offensively, and there's some key contributors. Elliot Glegg did his thing as well, but you got to go with Brandon Moss. He dropped 54. He had some key bang outs, some key blocks. He just did it all this game.
Had a double-double as well, over 10 rebounds for Brandon Moss. And while Winter Park drops now to 2-4 on the season, they have a losing record, but now have lost 3 in a row, Alvin. How do they get back in the win column?
They definitely need to get back in the win column, but Florida Flight did a great job of taking the ball away from their stars. Like Dom Douglas didn't reach his season average as he typically does, but that's going to be huge for them because they're losing a guy like Braylon Pickens. They're going to have to find someone to pick up where he left off. He does a great job of being that spark, that J.R. Smith-esque player for the Winter Park Storm. They're going to have to find a way to get those points back somehow, some way. But they did a great job defensively. Got those guys right. They know how to handle pressure, but just figuring out how to just go and extend those runs and hold on to that lead that they created in the first half is going to be huge for them coming down their next game.
Patson Siame held sort of quiet in this ball game. Only had 7 points. Dominic Douglas with 21. So both of them not reaching their season totals as well. So look for them to get a little more involved the next time they both play. And obviously these two teams, a lot of love for their coaches and a lot of respect between these two teams who have been in the FBA for a while now. And it's really fun to see them go head to head. And I don't doubt by any means that we won't see them later on in the season facing off against each other. We have one more game left in our triple header here. We have 3 games today. The third game, the Pride and the Claremont Crocs. The Claremont Crocs coming off a big win last night, but we'll talk about that during the pregame for the next one. Stick with us. One more game up and coming right here in the FBA on a sunny Saturday. Beautiful sunny Saturday to be inside, right? We'll be back in just a couple minutes with game 3 and the final game of the day.
Poly Wealth Management is an innovative provider of wealth management and financial planning services. For over 2 decades, our advisors have been providing clients with sound, professional, and unbiased financial advice, investment management, and wealth planning. Our philosophy has remained unchanged through the years, and that is to make what can be a complex process straightforward and easy to understand. We specialize in the creation and protection of wealth through comprehensive financial, insurance, and retirement planning.